Over the past couple years, the world has seen a huge paradigm shift, and people, whether they're employees or own their own business, have a huge paradigm shift in location independency and more mobility and flexibility with what it is that they do for work. And you see that in technology too, hence the Logitech Zone True Wireless Earbuds. And in my testing of these, that's all I could think about, and all I've seen these to be a solution to for those that are more business minded, on a lot of sales calls and Zoom meetings, those kinds of things. I think they did a great job, but Logitech did provide these for review, so it's not going to change my opinion on any cons with these earbuds. So let's get straight into the review, and I hope this helps. First things first, I do want to go over design of these before the microphone test, because they did remind me, and they're pretty similar in design, to the Jaybird Vista 2 earbuds. When I reviewed those, they had the same mesh, and obviously since Logitech does own Jaybird, they're the parent company to Jaybird and obviously that product, they took some ideas and integrations from that and put it into these. The charging case is the same, the mesh and overall look is pretty similar, especially with the fit. They fit great, but the ear wing tip on these isn't as secure, even in the large size, which was the biggest size. It still didn't secure the loop in my ear or whatever you want to call it. But the fit was snug, and even with riding my bike with these, the fit was incredible. There's great passive noise isolation. I still have no complaints, but just in case you're wondering, no, it's not going to fit like most active true wireless earbuds. And with the fit, the only thing I would say with controls that I noticed might be a little bit of a nuisance is long pressing on either earbud for controls. But versatility alongside with the app, which I'll get into later in the review, are fantastic. Now, the right side earbud with the purple dot right here is dedicated for a single press for Microsoft Teams, but double tapping, long pressing for 2 seconds, or single tapping on the left earbud, totally customizable, and then double tapping on the right earbud and long pressing, totally customizable. So for me, I do like that versatility and how it's interchangeable to your liking, and it gives you everything you need within the app. Volume controls, skipping tracks, accessing your voice assistant, as well as answering a call with the integration for Zoom, Google Voice, Google Hangouts, etc. of you being able to answer those calls with the press of the right button when they come in. So it not just being dedicated to Microsoft Teams. All right. Before I get through the rest of the review, let's go ahead and get into our microphone test. All right, now we're in my quiet office. The only ambient noise you will hear in here besides what I play is actually the birds chirping outside because it was a really hot day and I definitely have the window open. So now what I'm going to do is actually test the mono mode to see if that works with only one earbud in before I do the ambient noise test. So let's see what happens. Got the left earbud in there, and you could see that the light indicator for you being on a call is still on, which I actually do like those busy lights. Now let's go ahead and put this back in. And then what I'll do is I will play the ambient noise. Let me have you hear it on the onboard microphone first. So I turned it up for it to be at about 80 decibels. Now let me go ahead and switch that to the earbuds. Now you're hearing it on the earbuds. Let's say you're having a business call or a phone call in a coffee shop. It doesn't matter if it's business or not. This is a good idea of what you're going to hear. Now I would test the mute function, but unfortunately recording with Audacity, I tried it before, I can't do it on this test, but it's just going to mute the call if anything. So let me pause that now. Let me know your thoughts. Another comment with the side tone is you can't adjust it in the app or anything like that. You hear yourself slightly, but if you want to hear yourself stronger, the only other choice is to enable hear through, and you can't even enable hear through. So it is what you get. Hopefully in a software update, we can have side tone and adjust it to hear out loud. You want to hear yourself on a call like you could with the Logitech Zone wired earbuds. All right, next what I decided to do was connect my Logitech Streamcam to a Zoom recording. So this is a Zoom recording you're watching right now. It's only like 720p with the resolution, but I still love this webcam. But you're hearing the microphones, the Logitech Zone True Wireless Earbuds. I have the input at about 78 and it's on auto, so it's just adjusting as it goes to stay at that level. And I have the auto suppression of the background noise on. So you can get a really good idea of what it sounds like if you are taking a lot of Zoom calls. Google Hangouts and Loom and Zoom, I tested it. They all pretty much sound just like this. So hopefully this helps. All right, you're gonna have to be the judge for yourself on how you thought that sounded, but for me, they sound better than pretty much anything else on the market, except for the Jabra Elite 7 Pros, but the Elite 7 Pros aren't business focused as well as these are, in my opinion, with everything else I'm gonna cover. But they're better than Sennheiser, definitely better than AirPods Pro or Galaxy Buds or pretty much anything else. Nothing else is gonna do that well for that loud of an environment. So I think they did a great job. Again, they are true wireless earbuds. Nothing is going to be a boom arm for noise canceling with phone calls. Now, with app functionality and customizability, there are a couple more things I want to mention. First highlight that I really loved was on my MacBook with the desktop app. In connected devices, I can go to my phone and select it to only notify me or transfer the simultaneous connection if phone calls come in, or if I want it to be audio notifications and phone calls. Now, it is really sensitive. When I was typing on my phone and I had it not on silent, and the keyboard noises that it makes on an iPhone, that transferred the connection. So just know it is going to be sensitive to literally any noise. I just kept it at phone calls only. I thought that was great innovation because nobody else did that. Now, the other thing I'll mention is ANC is better with my phone app usage for the noise canceling, the active noise canceling to block out my surroundings, than it is on my desktop. There's a little bit of a white noise coming through. I did contact Logitech. It seems like it's probably going to be just a software update because I'm like, well, why is it working better with my phone than the computer? It's got to be the dongle connection or something. But it's not the end of the world, but I did notice white noise coming through as opposed to it just being completely silent when using it with my phone. Now, what about the sound quality? So when it comes to the sound quality, I gotta say that's probably my second favorite reason for using these besides the business functionality. Again, going back to my favorite word that I probably said too many times already, versatility is the name of the game with these because you're using them for business calls like Zoom calls, meetings online, just overall sales calls in general. But after work or before work, if you want to go get a good workout, throw them in your gym bag with that IP68 rating. They're great for the gym, motivating you for your workouts because of how much bass and oomph there is to the sound of these. But there's no loss in detail of the highs or the mids as well. So if you're listening to rock or hip hop or whatever genre you listen to, and you can probably see in my music library, I listen to pretty much anything you can think of. I had no disappointment with any music genre. And you also have the equalizer in the app in case you want to make adjustments. So again, reminds me of the Jaybird Vista 2s. I really love the sound quality of these. Now let's get into probably the biggest con of these earbuds, and that's definitely the battery life, because these are so addicting to use and because I want to use them for everything. I constantly have to put them in the charger because the case has 20 hours of battery life. But for me, on average, they are claiming 6 hours of talk time, up to 6 hours anyway, and maybe about 5 for just listening time. For me, I usually only get about 4.5 hours, maybe because of my volume usage or because I am on the phone that much. That's typically what I'm seeing on average before the battery is at 6% for each earbud. So that is a flaw if you are expecting to use these all day. If you're using them off and on, totally fine. But if you're somebody like me on the phone all day, on Zoom calls all day, things like that, using them for everything, expect to have to charge them multiple times. But other than that, I mean, the battery is still holding up long enough to where it's typically what you see across the board with true wireless earbuds. But dang, these are so addicting to use. It's like, I wish I can put a bigger battery in these, but can't be physics. Last few things I do want to mention are connectivity and latency. So with wireless connectivity, the range is about 100 feet in an open field line of sight. Now, when I go only like 50 feet to go to the bathroom, which is outside of my office, like about 50 feet, and I shut the door, things like that already start to mess with the connectivity, at least with the Bluetooth dongle. I don't notice that if it's connected to my iPhone. But I will say the connection is definitely strong enough to where I'm able to edit movies in iMovie with these earbuds, which just doesn't happen on a computer. I mean, I tried AirPods Pro even, which are dedicated to a MacBook. It's the same company making it, and still got latency issues while editing video. That's just the way it goes with Bluetooth connectivity. So if it passed that test, there was no latency with anything else. Consuming content, phone calls, things like that. I haven't ran into any hello, those kind of 2-second delays you get with soft phones and whatnot. Didn't run into that at all, as long as I had a good internet connection. But distance wise, it's definitely a flaw. It's not the best I've used with other earbuds. So I've been saying quite a bit in this review. I'm pretty sure you're going to have questions or there's going to be things I probably didn't cover, like almost forgetting the fast charge with the USB-C charging port or the Qi wireless charging. But besides that, hopefully I didn't forget anything. Just leave a comment or a question in the comments down below. Now, all in all, what do I think about these for $299? In my opinion, it's worth the price, probably more than any other true wireless earbuds I've used, because the only earbuds that have a competitive advantage are the Jabra Elite 7 Pros because of battery life. You get 8 hours of total use in the earbuds and 30 hours with the case. So more battery life than these for sure. And the microphones, I feel more confident with those if I was in a coffee shop than these. But Jabra doesn't have the versatility and connection stability as these do, and multi-point connectivity, at least when I review them, as strong as these are going to be because of the dedicated USB dongle and the app usage. And even little things like don't transfer to my phone unless a phone call only comes in, which that one little thing, that's like the speak to chat of Sony earbuds and headphones. That one little thing is huge for me, especially being a business professional. So for me, absolutely love these. Let me know your thoughts below. I hope this helped. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see y'all on the next one.